There was a big shock in the world of cryptocurrencies, and it all has to do with XRP Ripple. There are now close ties between the company that makes XRP and the Federal Reserve. This could change everything about the coin. For a long time, the Federal Reserve has been a strong player in the financial world, setting monetary policies and having an impact on markets around the world. Now, XRP could have a big impact on how financial systems work, and the effects could be huge. The link to the Federal Reserve has generated a lot of interest, and some experts say that XRP's price could skyrocket to an unbelievable $30 in the near future. This isn't just a guess. There are real reasons why XRP's price could explode as Ripple gains more dependability in working together. The involvement of the Federal Reserve could give XRP the legitimacy it needs to become a major player in the global financial system. This could cause the price of XRP to skyrocket, and many investors are already seeing it as a great chance. But the real question is what this shockwave means for the future of XRP and its price with such a huge price jump. A prediction for the future. If XRP really does become tied to the Federal Reserve in a meaningful way, the whole market could react and prices could soar. If you've been watching XRP from the sidelines or have already invested, this could be the moment when everything changes. Stay tuned, because XRP's potential has just reached new heights. The road to $30 might be closer than you think. To fully understand why the link between XRP and the Federal Reserve is so important, let's look at what this means for Ripple and the cryptocurrency market as a whole. The Federal Reserve is the major bank of the United States. As such, it sets many of the country's financial rules and policies. Player in world finance, powerful institutions have a lot of control over things like interest rates and the amount of money in circulation. But until now, cryptocurrencies like XRP have mostly been unaffected by these institutions. That is, until this recent development. Ripple's possible relationship with the Federal Reserve could change everything for XRP. This change is big because it brings a level of legitimacy and acceptance that cryptocurrencies have long sought from traditional financial systems. If the Federal Reserve is willing to work with Ripple or support its technology, XRP could finally get the mainstream attention it's been missing for years. This could lead even more banks and financial institutions to adopt XRP for cross-border transactions. Payments are driving up demand even more. Many people in the financial world have been skeptical of cryptocurrencies in the past. The fact that the Federal Reserve is working with XRP could mean that things are changing. If Ripple can successfully align itself with the Federal Reserve's policies or initiatives, this would not only increase the value of XRP but also make it an important player in world business. When we talk about the chance for XRP to hit $30, it's not just about investors using it, it's also about it becoming an important tool in the financial world. This makes it more real as a digital currency with real-world uses. Market rumors aren't the only thing that this new link with the Federal Reserve could mean. XRP is finally on the way to gain wide acceptance, which will greatly raise its value. The future of XRP looks better than ever. Now let's talk about why experts think the price of XRP will go up to $30. With the possible involvement of the Federal Reserve, XRP is in a position to experience a huge rise in demand. But it's not just the connection to the Federal Reserve that's driving this. Guess future. In the past few years, the cryptocurrency market has changed quickly. Digital assets are no longer just investments for fun. They are becoming more and more important to the global financial system. Ripple has already made big steps in this direction by letting banks and other financial institutions use XRP for cross-border payments. Up until now, the biggest problem for XRP has been the legal battles with the SEC and the lack of clarity about its regulatory status. Now that Ripple has cleared that hurdle and made things clearer in the courts, XRP is in a much better position to grow. The SEC's case against Ripple was one of the biggest problems for XRP, but now that that cloud has been lifted, XRP can move forward, start to use it even more. At the same time, the world push for digital currencies and blockchain technology is only getting stronger. Governments and banks are beginning to see how blockchain can help make cross-border payments faster and cheaper. This is where XRP really shines, and Ripple is likely to keep going strong. Partnerships with major players in the financial sector. Given this momentum, the $30 price target for XRP isn't just a guess. It's based on real factors. If XRP is used for more cross-border transactions, demand for the coin will rise significantly, driving up its value. With the Federal Reserve involved, adoption could happen even faster as the value of XRP will rise as its importance in the financial system grows. Some experts think this is just the start, and that XRP could reach $30 sooner than we think. This is an exciting time for people who hold XRP, and if the trend continues, this price prediction could come true for people who already hold XRP or are thinking about getting some. It's not just a guess that XRP will go up to $30 soon. It's based on real market events and Ripple's growing presence in the financial world. But what does this mean for short-term and long-term investors? In the short term, it means that the Federal Reserve will be more involved and Ripple will build stronger relationships with financial institutions. The value of XRP could go up right away. If investors who were hesitant to buy XRP because of legal uncertainty or market volatility now feel more confident in its future, they may rush to buy. If this happens, the price could rise quickly, bringing us closer to that $30 target sooner than expected. For long-term investors, this could be Ripple continues to form partnerships with major financial players. As cryptocurrencies become more integrated into the traditional financial system, the demand for XRP could keep rising. This would not only drive up the price, but it would also make the market for XRP more stable and reliable. The use of XRP in real-life financial transactions, especially cross-border payments, are important to its long-term value. The Federal Reserve's possible role in supporting or influencing this adoption could be a huge boost, especially as the need for faster and cheaper international payments continues to grow. However, it's important to remember that even though the future looks bright for XRP, cryptocurrencies are still inherently risky, unstable. Even though people are optimistic about XRP, there are always risks. The price could be affected by market corrections, changes to regulations, or unplanned events. If you want to invest in XRP, it's important to stay informed, keep a close eye on what's happening, and make well thought out choices. But one thing is clear: Ripple's growing influence, the Federal Reserve's involvement, and more people using blockchain technology. The future looks better than ever for XRP. If you already own XRP or are thinking about getting it, the road to $30 is something you should keep an eye on in the coming months. The future of XRP is looking very exciting. The involvement of the Federal Reserve and Ripple's ongoing attempts to grow its reach makes it possible for it to grow a lot in the next few years. But what can we expect from XRP in the near future? As more banks and other financial institutions see how useful Ripple's technology is, they will turn to it more and more for fast transactions. This is one of the most important things that could help XRP grow: low-cost cross-border payments. As the need for faster and cheaper trades grows around the world, XRP is poised to become an important part of the financial system. Recent partnerships and continuing talks between Ripple and central banks could make XRP even more popular as a way to send money between countries.